righty, we hope that we are actually live with the share screen, where I would appreciate the share screen being so that you guys can see what it is that I need for you all to see. What's going on, good people? Martina Britt Yelverton here. Let's see if I can get a couple of my screens up the way that I need to get them up so that you guys can see them, because currently it does not look like the screen that I need to be up is up. So let me grab my phone. Figure out what I did with my phone. And let's see if I can get up on my phone what I need to see if we are actually live. So I don't have intro music playing tonight. I am trying to get to the good and get this information over to you guys. And it looks or appears that I am live. So let's see if I can actually get the correct information up. Woohoo, great. So now I'm waiting to see if the correct screen flips over so I can share this information with you guys and let you know why I have titled this what I have titled it. So 4 challenges and 3 solutions, guys. I'm going to cover that information on tonight. We should all accept this as law, and we should accept this like right now. So it doesn't look like the correct screen is populating. So let me just try one more again to see if I can get it to share the correct slide. Again, no, I don't want you to stop the live. I just want you to share the correct screen. And let's see if I can get the correct screen up. So, do we all see the correct screen now? Because on my screen, it's showing I have my Profit Party worksheet up, and we're going to talk about the 4 challenges that everyone faces. So let's hope that that is the correct screen that is up. What's going on, Miss Sheila? What's going on, Jeff? So good to see you, my friend. I forgot to tag Terrence in my latest homework assignment. But here we are. What's going on, Dr. Regina? What's going on, Miss Sheila? What's going on, Nina, and so many others? What's going on, Tracy and Pauletta? I'm hoping to share this information with you guys and you get excited about what I am about to share. So hopefully I am up in the top right-hand corner and you guys see my screen. So why are we here and what are we here to talk about? We're here to talk about money. More importantly, we're here to talk about your money. Right? I have titled this 4 challenges, guys, and 3 solutions. We're going to talk about the 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the countdown to your financial independence. So if you're not interested in hearing about money, if you're not interested and here to hear about your financial independence, if you're not here to figure out how to literally make all of your manifested thoughts and visions come true before your eyes, then go ahead and log off. It's okay. I forgive you. We're all good. Okay. But if you're here to hear about your money, if you're here to talk about your money, if you're here to hear this information and understand what the 4 challenges that you literally face every single day, and if you're interested in finding out 3 of the solutions that will allow you to move beyond your current situation, then stick around, stay, and get this information. My name is Martina Britt Yelverton. I am a revenue strategist. I am an income strategist that is helping people to literally deprogram their mindset. Right now, we are currently living with a horrible mindset. Really, we are. And I say that because we have been brought up in a generation, or we have been brought up by a generation that no longer exists right now. What we were taught growing up, those situations, those circumstances, those specific things that we were taught growing up no longer exist right now. You literally have to open your mind and understand things are different. Things have changed. The way that our parents brought us up to go get a good job, to get a good education, to work 40 years, to work 40 hours, and then retire on 40% of our income, get that good old job, that does not exist. Literally, the only way to get ahead right now is to have multiple streams, to allow your money to work for you, because We'll get into the actual two objectives that everyone has a little bit later. But right now, as your income strategist, as your mother of four and a possible, no, I'm not with child. I have my oldest son, who is his best friend was raised with us since the age of 8, so that's my possible. So, and just to get you guys to understand who I am and why you should listen to me, I've done this for many, many, many years, and I've been able to literally, in a 12-year span, be able to create and take care of my household for many, many years, working my own job, paying attention to those around me who were financially stable and listening to the things that they were talking to me about and sharing with me, just like I'm going to share with you tonight, allowed me a 12-year lineage. I have not worked a literal full-time job since 2005, right? And even though I was able to leave that corporate job and I was able to do what I thought I should do to take care of my household, to, be subservient and help out the household under the leadership of my husband, everything went haywire when domestic violence entered our world. And I had to rely on my gifts and talents. I had to literally take what was a hobby and turn it into a business. And I've never looked back. 12 years strong, I have never looked back. Everything has not been perfect, but believe it or not, it has fallen perfectly into order. The information that I'm sharing with you tonight, I was not even aware of until about 3.5, 4 years ago. So listen up, guys. Since I have learned that information, my business and my business practices have skyrocketed. That's why you should listen to this information. We all face challenges, but with the right information, we can literally easily get to the solution. And so that's what I need for you to hear and understand. Okay. Think about growing up. You were told certain things, and because you were told those certain things, they became a part of your DNA. So, because what I'm getting ready to tell you is going to completely debunk some of that, you're probably going to have some resistance, and that's okay. Continue to stick around and stay and listen, because it is extremely important that you do that. So again, welcome Mr. Cortez Springer, the financial health mentor, Mr. Wendell, Miss Kimberly, what's going on, Philip? So good to have you guys all on here. We're going to jump right into this information, and I'm going to start with the number one challenge that the W-2 employee faces every single day. Please listen to me. You literally qualify for car loans, house loans, things like that, based on your W-2 employment, based on your job, based on the money that you were hired to get paid. However, that amount of money never came home with you. Before you were literally able to bring that money home, Uncle Sam took his cut, right? That was frustrating for people to literally realize. Right now, some of you may be thinking, yeah, I pay my taxes. That's not a big deal. Literally, it is a big deal. Do you realize that you can actually control the amount of taxes that you pay? If you don't realize it, again, open your mind. Let's have a mindset shift right now. You literally can control the amount of taxes that you pay, right? And let me tell you why you should control the amount of taxes that you pay. Uncle Sam didn't work with you. Uncle Sam was not sitting in the cubicle next to you. Uncle Sam was not there grinding it out, dealing with employees, dealing with coworkers, dealing with a boss, dealing with customers, dealing with phone situation, errors, machine breakdowns, any of that. Uncle Sam was not sitting there going through the everyday, day-to-day actions with you. He does not deserve a cut. Did you know that you can literally control how much comes out of your check? Yes, you can. It's called a W-4. And if you have not here today, 1/20/20, had an opportunity to go and adjust your W-4, it is wrong. It is completely 100% filled out wrong. And all of my fellow workers, all of my fellow representatives, all of my fellow associates, all of my fellow business owners, all of my fellow financial marketers, we literally can say that with 100% accuracy this year. It is wrong. And do you know how we can say that with 100% accuracy that it is wrong? Because the form has completely 100% changed. It is no longer based on allowances, which is how you filled it out for umpteen years. I had a gentleman who filled it out when he started his job over 20 years ago. The man has been married, separated, and divorced. The man has no children when he started and now has 4 children who are now all grown. Do you know he never adjusted his W-4 not one single time in all of these years? Right? So it is filled out incorrectly. However, this is a 50-plus-year-old man and he is set in his ways. He will not listen to me. He will not revisit that form. He wants everything to stay just like it is. That programming is real. But am I going to beat him down and chase him down and try to get him to, make this adjustment? No, because all we can do is give you the information. You cannot unlearn the information that we give you. And once you have this information, it's up to you to make this change. Now, when I'm saying it's up to you to make this change, I absolutely 100%, let me get close, would not suggest you make this adjustment to this W-4 yourself this year. No, 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 no. I wouldn't suggest you do it yourself. I literally would suggest that you look into having someone walk you through the W-4, not specifically me. That's why we have experts. You push a button and they walk you through, they make the adjustments, you get to submit it and you get to keep your coins. That is what I would suggest that you do. And the reason I would suggest that you do that is because when we first started teaching and educating on this, the form went from, I think, 2 pages to 4 pages. People weren't reading the first 2 pages. So when it went from 2 pages to 4 pages, people didn't read the 4 pages. And now that it's gone from 2 pages to 4 pages to, I don't even know right now how many pages it is, but believe it or not, there are no longer allowances. It is not based on allowances. So no, I would not suggest you figure all this out, this terminology yourself. I would suggest you push a button and have an expert help you with that, okay? But the bottom line of the reason that you want to do this is because you're losing a third of your income to taxes. If you don't believe me, anybody want to whip out their pay stub right now and have a look at it? Whip it out and look at it. We'll go with $1,000. You will see $1,000 up there is what you were supposedly hired to get paid. However, what is the first thing you see gone? Federal taxes, state taxes, local taxes, sales tax, whenever you're checking out of places, property tax, you get that bill each year, capital gains taxes. There are so many different taxes that are taking out of your hard working money. And believe it or not, you did the work. The government did not. Why is the government getting some of your hard earned money? Right? So that is the first thing that you must be aware of. You are losing a third of your income in taxes. Okay. So go ahead and accept that. If you're jotting this down, jot down, I give 1/3 of my money away. And you do. And you can literally control that. You can control how much of your money you give away. You can shift that money back to you. I'm trying to teach you that you literally can shift money back to you and stop giving that money away. I.e., let's move on to number 2. When you give your tax money away, you literally begin to accumulate debt using credit to make up the difference. This is how I know that's true. When you literally took your gross income into the bank and said, I need a house, they base your mortgage payments on the gross income. Didn't I just tell you you lose a third of that income to taxes? So you're starting out from behind, right? So if you walked into the bad boy with your gross income, they set you up in a house based on your gross income. They then set you up with a car based on the same gross income. Hello, I just told you, you never brought that gross income home. You only brought home the net. Now, ain't that gross? Okay. So taxes cause debt. Why? Because you try to make up the difference by going out and utilizing credit. You'll say, oh, I'll float that on a credit card. Oh, I'll grab me a personal loan to make up the difference. You have students who are literally still trying to pay back student loans on an education. Now mind you, let me just stop here and just wrap my mind around this one. You go to school for 12 years. You graduate from school. You end up in college. While you're in college, mind you, you still don't have a job. You, what do they call it? Rack up debt because of a student loan to then, I don't know, $50,000 in student loans to come out and get an $18,000, $21,000, $30,000 on a good day, $1,000 job. But you just racked up $50,000 worth of education to go get a job that doesn't even come up to the amount of money you just spent, i.e., but you still have to pay it back out of your net, not your gross. Okay? So you end up losing another third of your income. That's 2/3 that's gone already, right? Last time I counted, 1/3 plus 1/3 is 2/3, and I'm supposed to now live off the last 1/3 that's left. You don't even get the opportunity to live off the last 1/3 that's left, right? It's supposed to cover your living expenses. However, it ends up going to big business. What do I mean by that? Every month, big business is putting out feelers and atmospheric things and music and displays and commercials and promotions that allow you to lose money every single month, i.e., even today, MLK Day. Do you know how much stuff was on Facebook with regards to memorabilia, programs? This is a major month. In 20, 30, in about 21 days? No, 11 days, we're going to end up in our month. Can you imagine how many things they're going to market to us before we get to our month, during our month, as well as the honeydew day? Mess around and miss the honeydew day. You're going to be in a world of trouble. So not only do you have our month marketing to us and the honeydew day, you're going to have to buy for the honeydew day. Then you're going to turn around in March and you're going to have spring break. Kids are home, the bills go up, the grocery bills go up. It's like they eat 2 and 3 and 4 times a day when they're home during the summer and on spring break. That's March. Then you run around into April, resurrect this and that, praise this and that, but spend money on Easter. A rabbit ain't got nothing to do with Easter, but y'all are going buy a brand new outfit for that day, brand new hairdo, brand new shoes, brand new nails, spending money. Let's roll right over into Mother's Day. Mess around and miss Mother's Day. Mess around on the June month and miss Father's Day. You got Juneteenth also. Marketing and promotions out there trying to get you to spend your money at that time. 4th of July, everybody gonna cook out. Everybody's gonna spend on the spirits. Again, the liquor industry makes billions, all right? Turn around and send your kids off to college. Hello, back to school, send them off to high school, send them off to middle school, elementary. You got book bags and school supplies and new clothes, i.e., some of us go and buy school supplies in excess to help out the other parents who can't afford it. You got field trips that they now ask for in advance for the entire year. Okay, for the entire year, I got a latecomer up. That's why I was a little late hopping on. I had to get her due right. They go back into school tomorrow. But yeah, doing their hair for back to school, right? You have so many things in the month of August that, again, you're responsible. Good night, babe. You're responsible for purchasing for your kids. Let's keep it rolling. September, Labor Day. Again, you're going to cook out. You're going to cook out. October, you have fall festivals. You have the Halloween, candy, another billion-dollar industry. Then you roll right into November. Now, November is ridiculous. It is ridiculous in November because not only do you no longer even eat your dinner on Thanksgiving Day. You move that all the way for lunch so you can get to Brown Thursday, Black Friday, whatever you choose to do on Saturday, still trying to catch those sales. You end up getting knocked over the head by Cyber Monday. And there's something else they got going on Tuesday now. I don't even remember what that is. Then we're rolling right back into Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Kwanzaa for however many days after that, and you're right back into the new year. Here we are again on MLK Day. Every single month, you are trying to use your last 1/3, and you're participating in business, big business. And some of you may say, I don't participate every month. I don't do all that shopping. Okay, but you do have Giving Tuesday. Thank you, Miss Sheila. Think about it. You do also have a honeydew, an anniversary. You have birthdays. You have baby showers. You do have other things that you end up participating, and you're trying to do that with the last 1/3 of your money. You can barely get ahead. You haven't even bought groceries, in any gas. You haven't even paid for your household insurances or your health insurances. You haven't paid for your household utilities, let alone dine out or dealt with any of the other holidays I've just mentioned. That's left in your 1/3. So 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3, talking about big business now, all your money is gone. And now that your money is gone, you're still trying to figure out how to save or invest in retirement. You're still trying to get ahead of inflation. And everyone is affected by inflation. Think about it. That $1,000 this year, when it goes into the next year, the third, the fourth, the fifth, how many years you're in business and you're getting that little bit of incremental raise on your job, the cost of living literally outpaces that. So what actually happened? Did you actually get a raise? If the cost of living outpaced your raise, you actually didn't get a raise. The cost of goods and services are increasing faster than your paycheck. You got 78% of people living paycheck to paycheck, and that is 70+% paying entirely too much in taxes. You start out from behind. 80% of Americans have credit challenges, and 90% of Americans are buried in debt. And that is a statistical fact. Why? Because 90% of America works a job. And what happens with that job? You lose 1/3 of your money in taxes, literally. So that is one of the major bits of information I wanted to share with you guys about the challenges that everyone faces. And I said tonight I would go into the solutions, okay? So last night I talked to you a little bit about the challenges. Tonight I've talked to you a little bit about the challenges, and I'm gonna wrap up tonight at least giving you a couple of solutions, okay? So if you really understand that your income has now been shifted away from you, let's talk about how to shift it back to you. We use financial strategies to shift your income back to the original owner, which is you. We don't want you suffering any longer. We want to educate you and give you this information. Again, I have titled this what? 4 challenges and 3 solutions that everyone should know. And I'm hoping that you really hear this and that you're understanding why right now is the most important time of the year to quickly fix this situation. And I mean quickly. Again, if you have not had a look at your W-4 withholding certificate, you must look at it. It's no longer based on your allowances. It is no longer based on putting the 10, floating at half the year, putting 0, floating at half the year, counting how many kids are in your household and putting that on your W-4. That no longer works. You must get assistance with your W-4 and you must make the adjustment now. We are in a brand new year with a brand new W-4 and you need to do that now. So that is the first step that I'm trying to get you to understand about getting your cash flow up and managing your money and making sure that that money comes back into your pockets. The first thing you need to do to shift your income back to you is to minimize your taxes, right? Legally. ethically and morally. I'm not talking about going pulling a Mr. Biggs. I'm not talking about going and pulling a Willie Nelson. I'm not talking about going and pulling a Lauryn Hill. That's what is it? Tax evasion. I'm talking about tax protection and shifting your income back into your pocket using the legal IRS document to keep that money back in your pocket. And yes, even as a business owner, you can do that too. But let's first talk about the 37% that you are paying in taxes. You literally are taxed up to 37%. You employees work. You employees pay taxes. And then you spend whatever amount you have left. And I just showed you, you don't have anything left. You lose a third, then you end up racking up interest rates and personal loans and all kinds of stuff due to credit issues for another third. You end up losing another third to big business. You're trading your time for money. That is a solution that you need to implement quickly. Shift the money back to you, the owner of that money, the worker, the grinder for that money, and do it quickly. Get that 37% down. Let me show you a second alternative. You just heard me say our grandparents and parents. Now, I was raised by my grandparents and my mom, so I come from both sides of this track. I was able to be at home in Britt's Florist and TV Repair down in Goldsboro, North Carolina. I was able to be in the presence of entrepreneurship every single weekend of my life, in home with my grandparents and watching them run their business from home. On the flip side, I had my mom who worked over 40 years as a nurse in the medical field, dealing with the ups, the downs, the ins and outs, the mentally impossible, the mentally possible, the sick, the shut in for 40 plus years. Okay, so I understand both sides of this track. However, when you become a business owner and you have business income, you actually increase your income and you control your income. Because when the price of goods and services require more from you, you raise your prices to meet the demand. You control your income. Okay, that's one of the most important things that you can learn. Also, when you become a business owner and you learn how to leverage, the efforts of everyone that is around you, literally, you can control your income. Now, I know I skipped this one, and I skipped this one generally for a reason, but it's bugging me right now, so I want to go ahead and mention it. Everybody has residual bills. Your light bill comes every month, right? Your water bill comes every month, right? Your grocery bill comes several times a month, right? So wouldn't you want to have a residual income that can come every month? And depending on what type of company you're with, it literally cannot matter the company, but depending on what company you're with, literally you can figure out a way to get residual daily income. Hello, home and instant pay raise. Okay. As a business owner, we're talking profits. We're talking about being taxed anywhere from 18 to 23%. Mind you, the business works, the business spends, and you're taxed on what's left. Now, you meaning the business is taxed on what's left. Who wants to put some business in between them and their money, right? This way you can literally beat inflation. The income limits are out of this world, and there is a power in leveraged income. Okay, so let's move one step beyond that to where everybody needs to eventually shift their income and transition to. That is becoming an investor, where the profits own profits own profits, and you're taxed anywhere from 0 to 15%, because there are legal modifications that you can actually implement that would allow you to be taxed 0. Hello, private reserve account. That's where you have money sitting in an account. and it is tax-free money sitting in an account, and you can borrow from yourself and pay yourself back and continue to earn interest on the money as if it was there the whole time. Yes, your girl learning about private reserve and land banking. Hello, hello. This is where your money works 24/7. Your money makes more money and you're taxed at the very least, lowest, minute amount. This is where there's seriously time and financial freedom. If this sounds interesting to you, if this sounds like something that, is mind blowing, like I said, I have no problem with a little bit of the pushback. I have no problem with a little bit of the resistance to this way of thinking, because remember, we're programmed beings. We've lived a life so long being told certain things like go get a good job, go get a work your 40 years, work your 40 hours, retire on 40%. But I'm trying to get you guys to understand, if you're struggling right now on 100% of your own money and 100% of your own efforts, why in the world would that job pay you more when you leave? They're not going to. So again, that's me giving you some solutions, letting you know that you need to get your cash flow up. You need to start a business, and you need to understand things like private reserve accounts, private land banking, things that allow you to literally invest and make 12 to 15% of your money working for you and bring that back into your household. Again, just wanted to make sure I brought that information to you today. I will be back tomorrow. Again, with the 4 challenges to 3 solutions. I'll even talk about 2 objectives on tomorrow night. My name is Martina Britt Yelverton. I hope I've given you some information that you cannot unlearn. If you're interested in finding out more about what this is and what this means and how do you get into MWR, how do you find out more about the Make Wealth Real movement, ask me. I'm here. I'll answer the questions. Okay. So my name is Martina Britt Yelverton. I'm excited to give you this information. Definitely hit me in my inbox, drop a comment below. Whatever you found to be your most interested information, drop that information below. Whatever you had resistance to, drop that information below. Whatever you went, aha, hadn't thought about it that way, drop that information below. I want to find out if any of this information literally gave you some pushback, whether or not any of this was something you have or have not heard before. And I would love to get into, I guess, more of a dialogue or a conversation with you about it. We can do it in my inbox. We can do it here on a phone consult. We can do it here live. I'm open to answer some questions and to help people shift their mindset. My name is Martina Britt Yelverton. I hope to hear from you in the comments, and we'll talk soon.